Yes, guys, I was wrong. I have lost my $1 million position during the night, which is fine. And I'm gonna show you in today's episode what it was happening, why did we actually drop, and if this drop is actually over and where we are going from here. And if you think that is interesting, then definitely stick around here. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important videos. And now let me directly get into it. So first of all, what happened is that because of these use liquidations, that we got now a reset in the funding rate, which is good because that opens the doors for us to go back up higher. So you can see here some of them. Oh, why is that still on predicted? I wanted to get rid of that. Okay, that doesn't matter. So some of them are actually right now favoring shorts and disfavoring longs, and also the other way around, depending on which coin you are looking at. So here, for example, for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is basically reset completely, and that is exactly what I was expecting to be happening. We could have gotten also the reset without that massive drop if we would have just go sideways for like 2-3 days, but we got it with a small drop to the downside, which is fine. The same on Ethereum. Also here we got a reset. So that is the first thing that happened here. The next thing is that when we are looking at actually here on the liquidations, how much in total got liquidated over the last 24 hours. Longs in total, $332 million worth of longs got liquidated, and 56 million shorts. A total of $390 million got liquidated in the last 24 hours. But this still doesn't explain, beside the reset and funding rates and the cool off that we needed, what actually happened. So what else happened? I want to get to this now. So what also happened was here, the open interest. The open interest was really high, and the open interest is the difference between the spot price and the futures price. So if the open interest is up, that means there is a discrepancy between spot and the futures market. So, and at some point that also, derivatives in general are used quite heavily when the open interest is up. So, and at some point, you also get a flush there. So, and that is what we saw over the last 24 hours. So, we got over-leveraged futures funding that got flushed. We got open interest that was pretty high that got flushed. And we got a correction that was overdue, but held key levels that I'm going to show you also in a minute. So stick around here. Something else that I want to show you, and that is quite interesting. Here, this is positions of top traders across all exchanges. So here on Binance, 56% more or less are again long on Bitcoin. And if top traders go long on Bitcoin, that should give you a quite good indication where we are heading to, and that the drop might potentially be over. So also here on CoinMargin, 54%, on Huobi it's 50-50, then here on Huobi's future it's 50-50, on OKX also 61% are long, and I think on BYBIT I also saw that the majority is again long. Something that I was not expecting was that we will get only a really small futures gap when the futures market opened. I did not actually, I was waking up too late to see the futures gap. So because I'm in Asia, I woke up 1 hour after the CME market opened, and Bitcoin started dropping already at that moment. So, but not severely. So I thought, okay, it will just run back up. We were close to the daily close. So I thought after the daily close, it will run to the upside, which it didn't, and it continued dropping. So we almost filled here the underlying CME gap that never got filled, around $40,000. It might be already considered to be filled if we are not coming back by tomorrow and actually fill it then. So if it's not happening tomorrow, it will not happen. And I consider this one down here filled because the bears really tried to get down there, but could not manage it. So that that could be a reason why the CME gap might stay open for a really, really long time. So I just want to point that out. Then here to the upside, I still believe this will be filled on a retest. I believe that the price action will come back up here and fill this on a retest and then potentially roll over, and that might be then the top. That's right now one scenario that I have in mind. So 48.50 is still in the cards, but only if this retest is successful and we reclaim $44,000. Only then we can talk about this. Otherwise, we might get our top here. Bitcoin will correct, starts go sideways, altcoin season, and then at some point we will drop then lower. Yeah, most likely, like always after the altcoin season, and then get a new run in the new year. So for now, we have here that CME gap from 44,350 to 44,760. It's a $400 gap. It's still quite big for a CME gap, but not as big as I had shown you guys yesterday. Hence, why it did not get immediately filled, and everybody was expecting that it gets filled, and then the market punished everyone. Because if the market is leaning in a certain direction and the majority of the market is thinking that this is going to happen, everybody gets punished, and that was what happened here. And then here on the 4-hourly chart, so you see already, I see here something that I don't like, and that is that Bitcoin is struggling to reclaim that former support area from 42,560 all the way up to 43,200 approximately. So retested it, and for now we got a small rejection from there, not severe, a small one. So if the next candle is not getting back into that support zone and can reclaim it, we should also be prepared for continuation to the downside. I hope it's not happening, but we really need to reclaim that specific level here. Overall, the bearish divergence has now played out, so there is no reason anymore why we should go severely lower, in my opinion. So we can still go lower, of course, but there is technically, besides liquidating still over leveraged longs beneath the prices where we are at right now, it doesn't make sense to go any lower. And hence why I believe that we will come back up. And also, guys, here on the 4-hourly chart, I want to point out, remember that I told you here this level is a key level to hold for the price to go here higher. And once we lost that level, that would have been a warning sign for you guys to get out. I had told you guys about this. Then here also, I mentioned 2 days ago, if we lose the parabola, we're gonna see a correction to the downside. And here we actually held a key level of $42,132 on the 4-hourly chart. But as I said, we have just above here immediately now a former support resistance zone that we need to reclaim. Otherwise, we might lose the underlying support level that we are on right now, and that will be really bad. So the volatility came, of course, back with that massive move to the downside. But now it looks also bullish to me for continuation to the upside. We might come all the way back up and spike here through that parabola, even to 48 in a 4-hourly candle. It's possible when we get close to it again. So just that you understand what I expect. If we would go back up, we would most likely see something like this here. And then we spike up, basically through the parabola if I extend it. So something like this here. So we might get close to touch it. Maybe we will not even touch it. And then we roll over again. That's what I'm looking for. Something else that I'm looking at, I'm just wondering if it's already the case. We might have a big head and shoulders here. The only thing missing is the right shoulder, which should be higher than the left shoulder. So it should be higher than $38,000. So we could see something like this also come down, form the right shoulder, and then go lower. Also a scenario that you should have in mind. So right now we are at a really dangerous point when it comes to Bitcoin. If we cannot reclaim $43,000 in the next 24 hours, we should get prepared that we might go lower. If we can't reclaim it, we will go higher. So I want that you guys understand that we have two scenarios here in the cards for us right now. Here on the daily, however, on the higher time frames, I'm really bullish right now. Also understand difference, lower time frame, higher time frame. The higher time frame, I'm really bullish because we got our EMA ribbon retest that I told you also for a couple of days now about. We also got supported from that upward sloping trend line that I was hoping will hold support. So of course we still need the daily close, but for now it's looking really, really good. If we can close above that, or even better, close above $33,100 today, then expect definitely $48,000 in the next couple of days. If we are not above $43,000 and we are still above here this upward sloping trend line, then I would wait for tomorrow to see how price action is developing. But if we got the retest here on the EMA ribbon, is bullish in my opinion, and also the bearish divergence here on the daily chart has for me partially already played out. I'm not expecting here another bigger flush to the downside for the time being. Here on the 30 minutes chart, I also want to show you something. First of all, I got that trade here wrong yesterday. So I got stopped out. I did not get liquidated. Stop saying I got liquidated. I didn't get liquidated. I had a stop loss. You can even see it in the video. In the video was the stop loss visible yesterday. And I did not change it. So maybe I put it higher. I cannot remember. But I had a stop loss on it. So, but I want to show you how many trades we got wrong, right since the beginning of the month. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Wait, oh, actually more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades in 11 days we got right. So we got, I was not sure if I actually also gave a trade over here. I'm not sure anymore about it. That's why I did not put one. So, but it's 8 or 9 trades that I have given you guys that were profitable. And now I have one that was not profitable in 11 days. So that is, I think, a really good ratio. 8 trades, yeah, 1 out of 9 trades is lost, and the rest was winning trades that we had here on the channel. So, and that's exactly the reason why you should be subscribed to the channel here. So let me explain you here price-wise what happened with that drop to the downside. So we got here a really important area of interest retested, and that was $40,088. That's why I had this line here all the time here, because the whole uptrend above $40,000 came from that level. We got a beautiful retest and super bullish reaction from the bulls, defending it and pushing directly $2,000 up again. Now here on stochastic RSI, we're a little bit overextended. Price action still tries to push here higher, and I tell you also the reason. Because the higher we go, the shallower or the more shallow will be the correction on the stochastic RSI later on, the price-wise. So bulls are trying, I guess, to push now to $42,800, something like this. Oh, sorry, 48,800. And then price needs to correct a little bit. And then here, this turns into support. Then the RSI, stochastic RSI resets, and we're going to see another move to the upside. That's what I expect to happen. So for now, if you would like to take a trade, I give you here the next one. Wait now. Wait for this 30 minutes, for the next 30 minutes candle to close to see where we are at. And we would potentially run it all the way up to the potential top here. So this here is my new trade setup that I give to you guys. So this is a 5.71% profit. 20x leverage would be over 104% more or less that you can bank here against a 26% loss that you would take on your position if the trade goes against you. So, and the entry is here at 42,353, but wait for a retest, you know, so let the price go up. And if the price comes back down, enter on the retest and then trade this to the upside. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free if you use my link here in the comment section and description below. Also on BitGet, $30,000 and 20% on the initial deposit that you can use for trading purposes only, but the profits out of it are withdrawable. Or you go to FAIRDESK if you're in the UK or in the US, because they have no KYC and you don't need a VPN to trade there. And they give you $120,000 in bonuses, plus that you can copy trade me there from this week onwards. So definitely check it out, FAIRDESK. I'm trading there. I have a position running right now here, 38% in the minus still. So, but we are getting there, you know, so it was worse earlier. So, but we're getting there. I think later tonight or tomorrow, this will be again positive. So I'm not really concerned about that trade position. So now let's get back here to liquidation levels. Here, liquidation levels, you can clearly see here, there was a lot longs liquidated on the way down. There must have been some major positions that market makers wanted to take out. But now you see also we have here heavily over leveraged short positions again here, 50 and 100x positions, and they will definitely be taken out here on the way up on the retest, in my opinion, even if it's just with a wick, you know. So we had a candle close underneath this upward sloping trend line here something like this with a wick, just to take out the short positions up here. The underlying long positions, however, I don't believe that they will get touched here in the next coming days if we can close at least above $42,000 today, or or higher. As long as we close higher than $42,500, $600, I'm quite bullish that we see continuation to the upside and will take out all these short positions that are stacked up here. Let me see, where is my liquidation heat map? So here on the liquidation heat map, also here you see there are a lot of shorts above us right now. As you can see here, so here, there's basically already everything taken out when you look at it that way. If I look here for a week, maybe we get higher price levels then. Yeah, you see there is not much to take out anymore on the way to the downside for now, visibly for us. You know, if I go back to a 3-day chart, above is a lot of liquidity stacked. Yeah, I see here again, over 700 million worth of shorts positions above us to be taken out if the price would reverse to the upside and take out all this liquidity. So longs are definitely in favor right now because of the liquidity above us that usually gets taken out. And that's why I'm personally right now long on Ethereum. I'm gonna show you the position in a moment and also my reasoning behind it when we are finishing up here with Bitcoin. Here on the weekly chart, really quick, what I wanted to show you guys is that we are within our resistance zone here. If we can close this week's candle in that area, that will be bullish for me. It will be even more bullish, of course, if we stay above that level. If we are otherwise closing the candle more or less the way that it is right now, that's fine for me, because I expect the next week's candle then to go higher to get here to $48,000. But I think the week afterwards we're gonna see an immediate reaction to the downside to sub $40,000 if we if next week's candle is going here to the upside. Then here something else on a weekly chart is that we are really close to getting our golden cross. It will happen with this week's close or next week's close that we are getting it. And I believe once we are getting it on that evening where this candle is closing, I believe we're also going to see a push to the upside. So, but be careful, that does not mean that Bitcoin cannot come down first. Something like $37,000, and then gets that push to the upside. So we might only create here something like a double top, or if we go this week higher and come down, then come back up and then have a double top and then basically go down again. So be aware of that. So it depends on where the price is at when we're getting the golden cross, and also this week's candle close is really, really important. So let's talk quick about the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance, I also told you this, if we get a drop, we most likely see the dominance going back up, and that's what's happening here. We are above 53.6%. I still believe that potentially today we are closing beneath 53.52%. It's not that far away for us. And if we close beneath that level, we see further rejection to the downside, which will be good for altcoins overall. The USDT dominance also with that flush broke here above the resistance level of 5.89% all the way up to like 6.11%. So but also got immediately hammered down again once Bitcoin was getting a grip and going back to the upside. So here I believe this resistance level will hold. We will not get above it, and we're gonna see also a rejection from that back to the downside. The total market cap is still an altcoin season resistance tutorial, in the altcoin season area. So I'm not concerned for now with that. I told you guys that we most likely get a rejection from that zone here, and that I don't believe that we immediately break through that. Only if Bitcoin would go to like $46,000, $47,000, $48,000, we're gonna break through that. And that will, of course, then catapult a lot of altcoins also to the upside. But unless we are doing that, I don't see us right now holding or breaking $1.6 trillion here on the total market cap. Now, Ethereum. I want to show you my Ethereum position. So you see here my Ethereum position is over 1 Ethereum in profit right now. I took a trade from $2,216. Because I was late to the party. I did not see how far Ethereum was dumping. Otherwise, I would have taken way earlier already in the Ethereum position. I would have taken the position just kind of like here, 2,160, 2,180, kind of like there. But I saw it too late. So that's why, I don't have as much profit as I normally would have had, but that's fine. That's fine. I still caught it in a good moment, and I believe this is running back to $2,450. And as you can see, I trade on BYBIT. Like I said, link is in the comments below. If you want to sign up there, that's where I'm trading at right now with FAIRDESK. Then here my reasoning for that trade. First of all, we are here in the second biggest volume area of the VPVR, and also here you can see. When we lost it, we dropped to the downside, but immediately the bulls pushed it back up into that range. That is, again, a reason that made me quite bullish also on Ethereum. And here I only want to see a reclaim of that range here. If we can reclaim that range, we will go higher, potentially even $2,600. And you can also see, I told you yesterday, the point of interest here is really important, $2,360. I told you if we lose it, we're most likely gonna see then the move to the downside, and that was exactly what was happening here. Reclaim it, and we will go higher. If not, then we just get a retest to confirm that this is resistance, and we'll go lower. And that will be then also the moment where I'm going to close my position if we are not breaking through that. Then the Ethereum Bitcoin pair also got a small rejection to the downside here. I still believe that this will break out to the upside at some point this month. I don't believe next month. I believe this month at some point we're going to see here a breakout to the upside. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. Sorry again that we lost yesterday some money, but it's part of the game. You know, you win some, you lose some, but we are winning more than what we are losing. So we are all fine, and I hope we make a lot of money on the next one. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll see you then again tomorrow.